Yo, welcome back to a brand new video, guys. So without wasting much time, what we're going to be doing today is if you follow me on X or Instagram, I posted I want to start a mini documentary of where we'll go over what happened in the whole trading week, the whole of the week, what happened, and where we'll focus what we think will happen next week, or what I think will happen in next week. Okay, so yeah, without wasting much time, let's get into the video. So you guys know this is my watch list. This is my watch list. Hold on. You can see my watch list. I trade BTC USD, XA USD, ETH, and XCG USD. But I'll add GBP USD and Euro USD, maybe USGPY, for the guys that, you know, would find it valuable. So yeah, I'll also break all those down to see what we expect, next week. So this is this is yeah, XA USD. So if you know, this is where I trade the most. This is where I trade the most, before BTC, then ETH and XAG. So I'll just go over the four of them, the trades I took this week, and what I think will happen next week on the pairs. So yeah, that was too much time. Let's get into the video. So starting from the weekly time frame, right? So before the week started, right? Before the week started, this is our target for the week, right? Before the week started, last week low was our target for the week. If you don't understand, check my video on CRT. This is our target for the week. So if we now jump to the daily time frame, right, on XCG USD, on XCG USD gold, what happened? We met the target, right? So now, Monday, this is Monday's candle. Monday was 30th of June, 30th of June, Monday. So this was Monday's candle, right? This right here, this right here was Monday's candle. So when we swept the low, we started closing back inside. We swept the low and started closing, which indicates that what? That's a liquidity grab, yes or no? Yes, it indicates that that's a liquidity grab. So after the 1 hour, after the daily time frame, what I then do is I jump to the 1 hour. So now, as you can see, I took one, two, three, four trades on XAUSD, four trades on XAUSD. I didn't trade on this day because it was the news. If I traded, then yeah, I would have got a sell for sure. But I didn't trade because of the news, right? So I stayed out. I don't now mark like I traded. I didn't trade. So this was everything I traded this week. So once this happened, right, the next thing you do is jump to your day, your 1 hour. 1 hour is very good for entries. You should backtest that if you want to understand it more. I'm not going to now tell you what you should use for entries, but 1 hour for me is a very good point for entries, right? So now, when we sell below, we saw this very huge rejection. Look, this very huge rejection, right? Price gave us this extension to the upside. And when price moves like this, what we should expect is a pullback because you know the natural movement for price. You have higher highs and higher lows. We're talking about bullish markets. So once price give us this extension, right, what we should expect next is a pullback to then continue the ride. So that was what I waited for, right? That was what I waited for. Then I also have a video on my entries, the entry patterns I use, right? And this is one of them. But this was how I caught the trade. Very simple. I'm not going to now start going over why I used it and this and that and that. I don't need to start going over why I used it, but this is the first thing I caught. First thing, I waited for price to take out our low because that was our target. If I wanted to catch a small sell to take out the low, very perfect. When price did that, then start closing inside aggressively, indicating that that's a liquidity grab. So I just waited, our normal movement. When price goes up, it pulls back. This was what happened there. Price went up, pulled back. So I found my entry type, my entry strategy. I found it here, which was what I used. And then boom, right? All right. So yeah, this was the first trade I took. Then the second trade, how did I catch this trade? I'll break it down now. How did I catch that trade? I'll break it down now. So this first trade, it hits the target within the Monday and Tuesday range, right? So that next trade was Wednesday, right? So now if you check, hold on, let me play this calmly. Right. So if we replay this candle using CRT, what should be our target? Here, right? Right. So if there's our target, right? And now we should look, once we have figured out our target, right? What should we do next? Go to the 1 hour to find our entry. Go to the 1 hour to find our entry, right? So now, since we headed to the 1 hour, right? Now we have headed to the 1 hour. So now, how did I find this entry? How did I find this entry? I'm sure you've heard that, you know, price leaves clues. Most times it's something that has happened, is price action that has happened before that now affects future price action. What do I mean? Now, what do I mean that it's price action that happened before that affects future price action? Is what I mean. So now, if you have this high, all right, this move happen. Let's say this move happened 1 hour ago, right? I'm using it 1 hour ago. We had this push to the upside. This pullback happened. Now, this high was created 1 hour ago. This high was created 1 hour ago. Now, in current price action, right? Current price action. If price breaks the high, right? And now we are looking to buy, right? We're looking to buy. If price breaks the high, I'm looking to buy. This high that happened 1 hour ago will be our point of interest. This high that happened 1 hour ago, we don't have anything that happened here currently. They're going to our free price currently. Something that happened before. That's what I mean by past price action affects future price action, right? So we'll have price pull back, right, to this high that was created an hour ago, right? Respect it and then push to the upside. So that's the same thing that happened on that day, on that Wednesday. I caught this move. So if you go back to the daily time frame, right? We had this point right here. We had this point right here, right? Look, this was resistance, and I told you something about this resistance. I told you something about resistance. That if you have something like this, right? That now this point right here, this point right here, the same thing as this. In this price action you're looking at, right? Stay with me. This point right here, this is resistance and this is resistance. And now we had this break. We had the break, right? We had the break. And now, what are we likely to do if we are going to continue up? Mind you, we have our target already. The high was our target. Mind you, we have the high as our target, right? What's supposed to do? Wait for the pullback, right? And then push to the upside. So that's exactly what I did. I found my area that's held that is likely to hold price again. Understand? This is my area that's likely to hold price again. This area I feel is likely to hold price again, right? This area I think is likely to hold price again. And then, yeah, right? And then, yeah, once I found it, I went to the 1 hour again. Now I told you I have different types of entries, different types of entries. And at this point, you know, you might not understand this one, but this is support. We have support right here. We have support right here. We have support right here. To stay on the safe side, I use this support instead of this support, but I still kept my low because there's a chance that price will come back to this support instead of this support. But at the same time, there's also another block, maybe on 30 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, there's also this other block, right? So it depends on what you want to use actually. Depends on what you want to use actually. But yeah, we had different points that would have looked to enter this from. But mind you, we have found our area that we're looking to, that price may likely hold at. So what I did, I just set my limit and boom, no TP, right? So I didn't trade on the next day. I didn't trade the next day. I didn't trade the next day. I'm sorry you guys cannot ask questions. I'm sorry you guys cannot ask questions. If you want to ask questions, just text me on Telegram, text me on Telegram. If you want to learn from me too, text me on Telegram. You know. Yeah. So now I didn't trade Wednesday where this sale happened. I didn't trade Wednesday where this sale happened. Or this Thursday. Okay, Wednesday was this buy, Thursday was this sell. So I didn't trade Thursday. I didn't trade Thursday. When I'm doing this breakdown is Sunday. This today is Sunday, yes. So Saturday, Thursday when this sale happened, I didn't trade. Then Friday, how did I catch this buys? Friday, how did I catch this buys? It's pretty simple, right? Now, this way, if I can explain what I want, but you don't also understand. So let's go to the line chart. Let's do line chart. So what do you see here on this line chart? What I see is this, right? We had this high, broke, right? Now, price came here and price rejected. If you check the daily candle, you see the rejection. Price rejected. Let's go back to the candlestick and see. Now, look at this point. Support. You saw how price rejected this as support, right? Price rejected this as support. And boom. First thing I did to say, okay, since price has rejected this support, what is likely to happen? The market goes to the upside, right? So again, I went to the 1 hour. As at the time I came, price was around here. So price around there, you have this demand. Let me delete. So we have this demand, right? If you watch my video on my entry types, I shared my whole entry strategy, the types of entry I use and all that. I still have the videos in on my channel here. So what I'm just doing is just going over the trades I took. Nothing much. Then slight explanations, nothing much. Not going to start teaching over again. But yeah, this was the point I saw to buy. I kept my stop loss below, right? Boom. I take profit was around here. This is where my take profit was. You see, price didn't get there, pull back. When I saw the pullback and rejection again, I added another entry. So that was about stone gold. That was about stone gold. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy on gold. Nothing crazy on gold. So let's go to BTC. Let's go to BTC. So on BTC, so you guys now already broke down this one. I already broke down this one, so I'll not talk about it too much. I already broke down this one, right? So on the channel, the last video I posted, I already broke down this one. So I called this sell on BTC and I called this sell on BTC. Those are the two trades I took on BTC this week. So it may look like I didn't lose, it may look like I didn't lose, but actually, like, you know, I had these points around these points as my entry for price to push. So about this. Okay, yeah. So look how pricing tapped this point, right? Look how pricing tapped this point. When price got here, I just closed my order. But yeah, see, price came back and boom, scattered it. So yeah, also, it's not like I didn't lose this week. I didn't lose. I'm not say I lost. I didn't lose, but the point where price did not trigger me. So now, I already talked about this sell, so I'll not go over it again. So let's go over this one, the fresh one. So this was Friday. And now you go to the daily time frame. So how I say is very simple. Daily time frame 1 hour, daily time frame 1 hour, daily time frame 1 hour. Very simple. It's nothing crazy. Daily time frame and 1 hour. That's everything I do. Daily time frame 1 hour. Right? Now, so this is it. So this is it. Right? So now if you go to this, if you go to this, go back to the daily time frame, guys. If you go back to this daily time frame, right? So if we check, we'll see that what price fails to close above the high. Liquidity grab, understand? So now our target will be this low, right? For now, our target should be this low, and we can also target this point, right? Right. So why? Because price failed to close above this high, right? Watch the video on CRC, you understand it perfectly. You understand. So price fails to close above the high. So when price fails to close above the high, the next day at liquidity points where price is like to go to should be the low, right? So if you're more advanced, you will now know okay other places to target. But the basic thing is that you should always target the low. Understand? So when I found out, I went to the 1 hour. Very simple, very simple. 1 hour, right? Now looking at the 1 hour, it doesn't look that clean. Although it's clean for me, it doesn't look that clean. But if you go to the 30 minutes, all you then see these are our fresh resistance level that has been untapped. Fresh resistance level that has been untapped. So this is my entry and boom, price starts straight to the downside. You understand? So it was very simple trade. Understand? Very simple trade. Very simple trade. So ETH I call the buy, just this buy, just this buy. Very simple as well. I personally didn't execute this one, but yeah, when I analyze everything on my watch list. So yeah, but let's still go over it. Let's still go over it. Let's still go over it. So it was the same thing. Now on this day, these are our targets, right? Now what happened? Price set to target, started closing back inside, went to the 1 hour. You get this was the low. Price swept the low, I started closing back inside. So now it got to this point where you know price now. It got to this point where price has broken this resistance, right? It broke the resistance, pushed to the upside. It's still the same thing as this. I don't know if you remember. So our resistance, right? Price breaks the resistance. Price like to come here, right? Price comes. So now, inside this range, I have to find my entry type. Inside this range, I would like to find my entry, right? Which is here where I found my entry. And boom, I just placed the whole tool, and then you can see it played out perfectly. Played out perfectly, as you can see, right? So it's very simple, very simple. How I approach the market is very, very simple. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Right? Very, very simple. So on XAG, I didn't do a lot. I didn't trade XAG this week. I didn't trade XAG this week. So now over to our forecast now where I think price should be heading to on this pairs. So if we start on BTC, honestly, I think we are still going to the upside for sure. We are still going to the upside. We are still going to the upside for sure. Should be targeting this high. Targeting this high. I explained on the monthly. If you check my BTC, I explained on the monthly time frame that this was our high, but we're actually ranging. What I was expecting is for price to come tap here. But as you can see, the chance of price coming back here is low. Chances of price to come back here is low. So what I'm expecting is for price to just boom to the upside, take out our monthly liquidity. Right? Monthly liquidity. And price has already rejected support, rejected resistance that was broken. You can see price already rejecting, that time is rejecting. So chances of price come back here is very low. Very low. So you can definitely see price just start the next week at the bullish candle and then take out the high. So overall, yes, I'm looking at price going to the upside. Overall, I'm looking at price going to the upside. Take out this monthly high. So to be looking at 11, 9, probably like 12K, 112K on BTC. 112K should be our target for BTC to the upside. So same thing on SAUSD, same thing on XAUSD, same thing on SAUSD, same thing on SAUSD. Should begin to go to the upside as well. Same thing on SAUSD. Should be looking to go to the upside as well, right? Probably create a new all-time high. Create a new all-time high on BTC. So that's what I'm over my first level targets, is just to keep observing, how the market reacts. Starting out to spend so much time on the charts, to understand each and every movement it makes, so you'll not be left out. But my first target should be here. But if I find solid buys, I'll hold it to this point, then to this point, then the high. But I'll not just hold all the way to the high. No, I'll find solid buy because price might actually fuck around and come here. Price might actually fuck around and pull back all the way to this point. Cannot tell what this market can do. So once you catch the buys once you catch the buys, have a particular target where you're going to. For me, if I catch buys around here, my first target should be there. So if price continues to go up and give me another entry, let's say price opens and price does not go down, price continues to go to the upside, my first target should be here. Then maybe any sell should be minor. And if I catch buys again, my target should be here. So it's just basically how I run it. Basically, I run it on XAUSD. And for ETH, for ETH, still buys as well, still buys. For the cryptos, looking at buys. Cryptos, looking at buys for sure. cryptos, looking at buys for sure. Then XCG on the monthly time frame already headed for a high. Maybe you have the sweep, then we'll start coming down. But have the sweep, we'll push up to an extent, then we'll start coming down. But for now, my target is the highs. Even on the weekly time frame, you can see target is definitely the highs. Definitely the highs. So let's see how it goes. Overall, my target is the highs on silver and BTC. Target the highs overall. So yeah, let's check out GBP GBP. So I don't trade this a lot. The last trade I took was here. The last trade I took was here. But I think it should go to the upside. I think it should be going to the upside. On what's it called? On this. I think it should be going to the upside. Yeah. What's it called? GBP should be going to the upside as well. I don't have an entry for now, but from price action, should be going to the upside on GBP I was looking at, we have already tapped. I was looking at here for sure. Yeah. So we're going to the upside on UPSC, on Euro USD, on Euro USD, on Euro USD. Yeah, we should also be going to the upside. We have this liquidity grab, but we have not taken out our high yet. We have the liquidity grab here. Our next target should be this high. So Friday was ranging. So for sure we should be heading to the highs. So Monday, if you catch any buys, you could safely hold it to the highs. Safely hold it to the highs. So yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it. USDJPY. Let's check out USDJPY and our targets for USDJPY. So if you go to daily, so on this time frame, we had this high on tapped high, right, on the daily time frame. So personally, you know, price can what can happen is price can react from here. Price can react from here, drop to this point, right? Then pick out the high. That's what I think will happen on for the USGPY. And USGPY, that's what I think will happen. That's what I think will happen. Yeah, for USGPY. On the monthly time frame, is saying sales. On the monthly time frame, is sales, but yeah, so let's just say it plays out, man. Let's just say it plays out. I don't personally don't trade this space, so I won't even try to think hard or stress myself about this forex space. For my normal pairs, XUSD, I already have the buyers for all of them. So let's just see how they play out. And yeah, see you guys next. So somebody asked a question. So when you find your buyers, okay, let me read it out. Hold on. Somebody asked a question. Okay. He said, my confusion comes from how you know where your entry model will form within the previous range to target the highs. He said, Understand how you get your daily bias to reality. Monthly confusion comes from where you know how you, okay, monthly confusions come from how you know your entry model perform within the previous change to target the height as moving we are bullish. Okay, so basic knowledge, right? Basic knowledge, basic knowledge. I'm looking for where we were okay, where we were bullish. Okay, let me use this. So talking about basic knowledge, yeah, talking about basic knowledge. So you know our target should be this high, right? Our target should be this high. No, this price action right here. So how you know where your entry model will form? The safest way is to use your fib, right? Is to use your fib. Now, what you use your fib for is to, you know, find your entry model from 50% and below. Because if you're buying, it should be discounted. That's why you see some people, you see trades like this, where price goes up, then the person buys from here. This is a discount point. As I see, you hear you also buy low and sell high. So all your entries should come from 50%. You know, you will not always get it right. But for beginner knowledge, all your entries should come from 50%. You can see most of my trades, I don't always take them on 50% because I have advanced knowledge of okay, I stayed on the chart for so long where I know when price will pull to the 50% and when price will just open and boom, or when price will even come back more than 50%, go down even to 75% and stuff like that. So for beginner knowledge, before you start like broadening your knowledge, right? What you should do is your fib. Make sure the entry model you're looking for is below the 50% or right at the 50%. All right, save it from losses at the starting stage, right? To save it from losses to starting stage. To save it from unnecessary losses at the starting stage. As you can see, it didn't come back. It didn't come 50%. But look at these points. If you check here, you check from here to here, are you seeing it tapped 50%? So for beginner knowledge, you should understand that don't be scared to miss trades. Don't be scared to lose trades. You know, we are here to make money. And if you don't execute, you know, that fear will make you not want to execute. And if you don't execute, you will not make money. So don't be scared to lose trades. You know, you always learn from every loss take. So you miss some. But if you want to just like keep your win rate high, you know, avoid silly mistakes, you know, remove guessing from it, you know. Everybody should have a system. It's not some people come here and guess. Have a system that's proven to work. No system is 100%. But if your system has been proven to work, you know, you'll be good to go. So, so, right? This is it. Very simple. What you should do, market 50%. And I'm talking about sales and buys. Talking about sales and buys, sales and buys, sales and buys. In this situation, sales and buys, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So yeah, I'm sure I've answered this question. I'm sure I've answered this question. So before you start getting that advanced knowledge of the whole thing, you know, to save yourself from a lot of losses, just start looking for if you want to sell, market, then trade from 50%. You save it from a lot of losses. You know, you win and you lose, and it's fine. Look at these points right here. You can see the entry money happened from 50%. Just check here. As you can see, you know, you see it taps from 50%. Even here. You know, some you miss. So don't be scared. Just flow with it, flow with it. You see 50%. So it's very simple, you know, very simple, very simple. So, yeah. So it's just a system that works, you know. Don't stress yourself, just take it bit by bit. You get it, it's not difficult. So let's not make the video too long. This will be happening weekly. Videos like this will be dropping weekly. So if you have questions or anything, just put it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and sub. Don't forget to like and sub. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.